Okay, welcome to a place where reality dies and the tabletop shenanigans begin. This is going to be just a short session with John and I, and this will explain kind of what's been happening to his character when he gets taken by the timekeeper. And Socks just hit the tripod. Is it still good? He is hell on wheels today. So, the first time you got taken by the timekeeper, you were still at the port city doing... That's better. You were at the port city doing... kind of those side quests, and I don't think you could make it one day, so I kind of used the timekeeper as a good way to give your character something to do at a different time on the schedule. So, and then the next time, I think it was right after the first island, and that was a session with my dad that you missed, which we need to fill you in on, by the way. But yeah, if you're ready to get going, we'll jump right into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you walk through the portal. You are in a completely different place. You are in a tavern with about half a dozen table chairs that seat 4 people. And there's also a really large table in the middle of like the seating area that could fit probably 14 people. It's like a big conference table. And you notice that nobody's there except for you, the timekeeper who's right next to you that just walked through the portal too. And at the bar is a bartender. He has dark hair, dark eyes. He's in a tuxedo, and a bow tie. And the timekeeper is, you notice he's counting, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, and he's just like spaced out for a second, and then he starts walking away. 45, 46, 47, and he walks down a hallway. He turns for a second. I'll be right back. Bye. Goes down one of the hallways, and the bartender is an old guy. His name is Lloyd. So he's like, "Hi, my name's Lloyd. What can I do for you, traveler? You want a drink?
Sure.
What can I get you? We got pretty much anything you could think of, from any dimension you can think of.
You got whiskey?
I can do that. It's pretty simple. Grabs a glass, put some ice in it, pour some whiskey. There you go. Sorry about him. He's been pretty busy lately. And yeah, he likes to... He's something else. But he's a good guy. And his counting is just... He does that when he's busy. He counts the seconds. As a timekeeper should, and he's like, and if you notice on all the clocks along the wall, he is right on every time. And you didn't really notice it at first because you just went through the portal, and you're still a little bit disoriented, but there's clocks everywhere on the wall, and they all tick in unison. So it is this silent bar, or silent tavern, and no windows, no nothing, just silence, tick, tick, tick. So you have your drink. Lloyd asks, do you have any questions for me? I know this is probably a little weird. It's probably not your typical day.
Where am I?
You're at the Tavern Between Worlds.
Mm.
And when I say between worlds, it's not like between your world, and another world. It's kind of outside of all the worlds. It's just this... We're basically at a dimensional pocket that is completely outside of other realms. It's hard to explain, and it's interesting. You'll notice, if you are here long, that this place is, well, quite interesting. It's nice because nobody that wants to do us harm could ever be here. The only person that should be able to get here is the timekeeper, and only the timekeeper. Anything else I can...
So what am I doing here?
Well, as the timekeeper probably said, only in a very short statement, because he's busy right now, is that he has two jobs. A, to keep time. It's kind of what all these clocks are here for. And two, to make sure nothing terrible happens to the world that could be catastrophic. And there are other beings, of course, out there in the universe that do the same job, but he's got to. He goes back and forth.
Okay. Am I able to wander around the bar?
You can, of course, wander around all you want. I think you'll find you might not be able to go as far as you might think. But go for it.
Alright.
And he just kind of smiles.
So, like, can I see anything on the walls, like doors and stuff?
So there's two hallways. So like, if I'm the bartender, there's a hallway out that way, there's a hallway out that way, and then there's just clocks everywhere. So you can go left or right.
I'll go right.
Okay. As you go down the hallway, you notice it is pretty barren. There aren't any more clocks anymore. It's just a straight, long hallway of about 50 feet. Once you get 50 feet, you notice there's a four-way intersection. You can keep on going straight. You can go right and you can go left. And you notice that it is a very long hallway. It just keeps going in all directions.
I'll go right.
Okay. You go right. In about 100 feet, you hit another four-way. So there's still, nothing's changed.
I'll go left this time.
You go, you get to another four-way intersection, and to the left is the tavern you just walked out of. And every other direction just keeps going.
Alright. I'll go back to the tavern.
You go back to the tavern, and the bartender is just smiling at the bar, still polishing a glass. How'd that go for you?
Not great. So did I come back in that side or back that way?
The same side.
Oh. Can I ask him if there is a way out that he knows of?
Well, there is a way in and out. That's pretty much what the timekeepers.
Okay.
That's pretty much our defenses. You can't go anywhere else other than the tavern, and the timekeeper is able to go other places in this world, if you would like to call it that. It's not really a world, but in the tavern of between worlds. But yeah, that's he's the guy that gets us in and out. And as you're having this conversation, the timekeeper walks in from the opposite side that you came from, and he's like, "Boy, have I had a day," and just sits down next to you. Would you like to say anything? Do anything?
I'm asking what he was up to.
He's like, "Well, your world seems to have a lot going on right now, and over the past day, I've noticed a dark presence that is growing in the world, and rumors of a gray man, which I don't think accurately represents what is going on, but it's probably the best that people in your world could describe it. I don't exactly know. I've got the rumors so far, and I think we should go check it out if you're willing to come with me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You don't really have much of a choice. Let's go. The bartender waves, and the timekeeper opens a portal, and he's like, "I'll go first. Just don't wait too much longer." He leaves.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in.
You're gonna jump in after him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go through the portal, and you are now at the top of a tower. Behind you, there are mountains. To the east, there is a forest, and to the east and south, there's forest. To the west and south, there are just plains. So mountains, forest, plains, and below the tower, you can see kind of like trenches that have been dug all around this tower. Not necessarily in circles, but more like if you looked at cobblestone and it's all cracked and not uniform. The timekeeper is like, "Well, this is interesting. I do know of this place. I don't think it's exactly like it was when I got here, though. It's almost as if there are more trenches than there used to be. This was a place that a battle of sort got fought here, and I wonder if somebody is here to maybe build an army or a force or something." And he looks at what do you have on right now? Is your character in chainmail?
Yes.
He looks at the chainmail and he's like, "That's probably not going to be very quiet. Here, go ahead and take that off and put it in this bag." And he kind of holds out a bag. And he's like, "This will be quieter, and we don't really want to be noticed. I'm not here for a battle. Would you oblige him?"
Sure.
Sure, okay. So you put your chainmail in this bag, and it just kind of disappears. And he puts it back on him. And he kind of opens up his cloak and puts the bag back. I realized that if nobody's watched this video before and hasn't watched the previous videos that I've done, actually, I don't even know if the first one was on camera. So the timekeeper is a dark cloaked man, and he has like a plague doctor mask on. So that's how he looks. Sorry, I should have probably explained that earlier. And the party knew nothing of him until he walked up to John and was like, "Oh, you're coming with me." So he's like, "Thank you very much." That would have made probably a lot more noise than we would have wanted. Maybe not necessarily, but it'll just be easier for you to sneak around now. Let's see about getting into this tower. And he opens up to the left side of his cloak, and you can see there's like 4 wands lined up in his cloak. He grabs one, waves it, and a trapdoor appears at the top of the tower, and he puts it back. And he opens the trapdoor. He's like, that's not a bad drop. Just be quiet on your way down. And he kind of gets down, grabs the sides, and just drops down about 10 feet. And he's like, come on down. If you drop down, and there is not a lot in this room. There is a pedestal in the center, a throne to the right, stairs in front of you, and behind you is 2 doors. What would you like to do?
Can I inspect the throne?
Yes. It is a throne that is made of stone, that is oddly dark, but overly simple. It's a dark stoned throne, and it doesn't even have any engravings in it. It's just simple.
What happens if I sit on it?
You sit down, and nothing really happens. It's not really very comfortable. And the timekeeper looks at you and goes, "Don't get too comfortable. We've got work to do." And he goes to the 2 doors, opens them, and he's like, "Oh, they've got a balcony here." And he looks out one more time, and he's like, "I think I saw movement in one of those trenches. They're further away. It's interesting." And he closes the doors back up. And he's like, "You're the big guy with a sword. How about you go down the stairs first?"
Okay.
You're going?
Yeah, can I ask if I can get one of them wands first?
He's like, "No."
Oh, okay.
Nice try, though. But no. As you go down the stairs, there is... you don't really hear anything. It's all very quiet. It smells kind of... You know that old smell? Like old house smell?
Yeah.
It's just kind of dungy and just... It's like nobody's been here for a while, almost. But it looks well taken care of. The next room you go into, again, circular room. It's a circular tower, I should have said. And there's a bookshelf all the way opposite. And there's more stairs right in front of you to go down again. And there's also a bed and nightstands. Kind of like if you took a U-turn to the left. Anything you'd like to do here?
Checking the nightstand.
You open the nightstand drawer, and there's nothing in it. It's just very dusty. But nothing else is super dusty. It's just like it hasn't been used in a while. And the bed is just a typical bed. the timekeeper goes up to the bookshelf and says, "This is quite the extensive library." And he's just looking over the books. He's going to roll investigation, see if he finds anything. What would you like to do?
I would also like to go check out the books.
Okay. You have dice.
Yeah.
Roll d20.
16.
16. The timekeeper is just looking, picking up books, putting them back. He's like, "I haven't really found anything. How about you?" And you notice one book that kind of it looks the same as every other book. Like, there's just random titles. But you open this book and you realize it's not just some typical history book or a novel. It has kind of like somebody's notes for their studies, and they're kind of hard to read because they're in handwriting, but they're talking about magical properties and things that you don't quite understand. And as you're like looking at this book, the timekeeper's like, "Have you found something?"
I'm gonna show it to him and see what he thinks.
He's like, "This is interesting. Whoever used to be here was of the magical arts." And he kind of goes back to the end, and he's like, "These notes at the end look more recent than the rest." Interesting. Puts the book back. "Well, I think we found all that we can. Let's keep going."
Can I ask him what it said at the end of the book? The notes?
He's like, it was talking about the afterlife in a way. And it was talking about how to cheat death or become immortal or all these different things. There was even some mentions of heaven and hell. It's quite interesting, especially considering who used to be here. He was a great wizard, actually. But I don't know who wrote in the book there at the end. Anyways, let's get going.
Alright. Am I able to go into that book right quick as we leave? Like, he turns away and I just slide the book real quick?
Do a stealth check for me.
20?
Yep, d20.
19?
You got it.
Yes.
You grab the book, kind of. And do you have like a backpack or a? What do you have? You have a travel bag or what?
You have a backpack.
Yeah, you have a backpack. So you put it. You just kind of grab it, slip it in your backpack, and away you go. As you're on the way to the first level, or the next level, the timekeeper grabs your shoulder, and as you look at him, he just goes like this, and he kind of peeks around the stairs, and then is like, "Nobody is there, but I don't get a good feeling about this." And as you get to like the bottom step, you just notice there's nothing. There's just a table and chairs then there's a rug, and then another bookshelf. The rug is not under the table and chairs, it's right after it. So it's table and chairs, rug, bookshelf. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Go look at that bookshelf.
Go with that bookshelf? Okay. Roll me another investigation.
13.
You got 12. He's like, this bookshelf is almost exclusively history of the land. I suppose nothing too surprising. He goes over, I should have said, there's a door as well to the right of the table. He opens the door, and he's like, oh, well, we're at ground level now. And he just kind of looks out and around, and then quickly shuts the door. He's like, I saw something. I don't know what, but there's definitely something going on here. I saw one of the trenches, and I thought I saw somebody peek up out of the trench about 50 feet away from me. Let's go back up to the top.
I want to run after that, so.
After what?
What he saw? I want to keep going that way.
So you want to go out and try to find what's out there.
Yeah.
He takes a deep breath. We can, but stay close to me. I'm not looking for a fight, and I don't think we're just here for information. And he's like, this time I'll go first. He opens the door again, peeks his head out, looks around, and he's like, follow me. And he sprints to the closest trench to the right and hops in. You want to follow him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you follow. The trench is about 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide. It's like a big cubed tunnel almost all the way through the earth. And you realize it kind of starts pretty close to the tower, and there's a dead end, and it just kind of goes further away from the tower. As you kind of follow it, there's you can either go left or right. Left is further away from the tower. Right is closer to the tower, but there's an opening in the earth, and there's like kind of looks like a mine shaft almost, but not neatly cut or anything like that. There are supports, so it almost looks abandoned.
I want to go down the mine shaft.
You start walking towards the mine shaft, and the timekeeper just kind of shrugs his shoulders, like, I guess we're doing this then. And follows you in. He's like, you can't really see too well in the dark, can you?
No.
Neither can I. I suppose we're gonna have to go about this less stealthily. And with that, he opens his left side of his cloak, pulls out a wand and kind of waves it, and it there's a light from it, and so now you all can see about 60 feet, up to 60 feet away from you. And you can see now that it goes straight, and then it goes straight, but it's slowly going down. He's like, okay, let's go. And you all get about, I want to say like 150 feet down, or into the mine shaft, and it splits. You can go left or you can go right. And he looks at you and he's like, this was your idea. Which way would you like to go?
Can I see anything down either way?
No. It keeps going for more than 60 feet in both directions.
I'll go right.
Okay. You go right for another 100 feet, and you realize that there is light ahead, and he waves his wand and puts it back, and the light goes out. And he whispers to you, let's keep quiet and keep going. Roll me a stealth check again.
14.
14. You got a nat 20.
Alright.
So I'm going to say that between the both of you, you passed. You both, you get to the point where there's light, and there are torches on the left and right side, and it opens up into a cave. And it's pretty open room. The timekeeper and you can kind of peek around the corner, left and right, and you see a figure in a gray cloak, and he is at sort of a workbench kind of area, looking area, and he has an orc next to him, and they're kind of talking at the moment. You can't really see his face. He does have a staff in hand. Is there anything you would like to do?
Can I sneak up on him?
You can try.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
11.
11. As you go out from the corner, you kind of scrape against the side of the cave, and your sword hilt kind of hits the stone, and the cloaked figure immediately looks towards you, and you can see it is a very old man with a long white beard, and his skin looks kind of disgusting, like kind of undead, but just kind of like just old and just saggy, and you can't really make out too much of it, but it's an interesting sight. And the timekeeper grabs you and is like, "It's time to go now." And if you're willing, he's gonna teleport you away.
I want to question the Gray Man.
You wanna? Okay. What are you gonna say?
Because he's, what are you doing here?
He looks over. That's not really any of your business. And waves his staff and actually I don't think he can do that. That's interesting. That's just so the timekeeper brought you back a little bit. Well, you know what? Roll initiative.
Alright.
We're gonna do this the right way.
10.
10. Timekeeper gets a 9. Or no, a 6. And this dude gets a 14. He is going to cast... he's going to try to cast Paralyze. Wisdom saving throw. So roll a d20. Do you have a wisdom modifier?
I have a +1, but I got a 2.
He paralyzes you.
Alright.
And the timekeeper is like, "Well, you don't have a choice now." Grabs you. You're teleported back up to the start of the kind of like the mine shaft. And he's like, "Well, I suppose we have learned what we needed to. We're getting out of here." Opens a portal. "After you, good sir."
So I can move now?
Yeah.
Can I ask him to go back?
Yeah. Oh wait, to go back to.
Yeah.
He's like, "Now, why would you do that?"
I want answers.
To what?
Why he's here? What he's doing?
I think we'll find that another day. He just paralyzed you at the wave of a staff. We should probably do this another time.
Can we like go back? Does he use a wand to teleport people? Or he just can do it?
Just you don't really know. He just does it.
So
The portal's open next to you.
can we go back and then you teleport him into like just a volcano?
He's like, "No."
Oh.
It's a good thought, but no. Especially when it's, I don't know what it is. A wizard? Maybe? I don't know. His face looked a little fucked up.
Can I threaten to kill him?
He's like, "I'm getting tired of this. I'm going through that portal. Would you rather be left here or not?"
No.
Okay, after you, good sir.
Alright.
Okay, so as you go through, you are both back at the tavern, and the barkeeper is like, "Oh, you're back. Would you like another drink, good sir?"
Yeah, I'll take another whiskey.
Okay. He serves you your whiskey, and the timekeeper is like, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. That was a close one. I think it's about time for you to be going back after you finish that drink. I'll be back in a minute. And walks through one of the hallways. And the bartender's like, "How'd it go?"
Not great.
No?
No.
That's a bummer to hear. How did it not go great?
Got paralyzed. Didn't get any answers.
Maybe you did get something out of it, though. Timekeeper always has a way of finding the small things. And with that, like, literally right after he says that, timekeeper comes back. And he's like, well, it's time for you to get back to where you need to go. Where I figured out where your party is. I'm just gonna drop you off with them. And with that, he opens a portal. And Lloyd just kind of gives you a wave of farewell. And you going through?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you go through, and timekeeper comes through with you, and you are back with everybody at the big double doors where y'all are about to fight Zeus. And timekeeper is like, yep, have a nice day. Gotta go. Goes back through, portal closes. And that was the first timekeeper blanking. It was the first timekeeper session for you. You have one more that we're gonna do, and then quite recently, we might do one with one of the other characters. We'll see how it goes. Anything else you'd like to say before we close this out?
I'm more confused now than I was before.
More confused than you were before.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll get some more answers in the next one. How long have we been going now? Hey Jake, how long is it?
44 minutes.
44 minutes?
Yeah.
I think that's an episode. We're gonna close it out. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more tabletop shenanigans. Thank you and have a good night.